Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile 3.12 Heist League. In this episode, I'm going to be showing off this new, updated, upgraded, buffed up tower in the 3.12 Heist patch. If you guys haven't seen it already, in Blight, they updated or upgraded, buffed 2 towers. So let me show my second screen, and let me show you the 2 towers I'm talking about first. Alright. So let's get this. Alright, we got, they buffed up the freezebolt tower, level 4, and the scout tower. So there's a scout tower, summoning, where the hell is it? Summoning Mark 3, scout tower. Okay, so they buffed up scout tower and the freezebolt. So now I'll show you that. The freezebolt now casts twice as fast, has half the cooldown of previously, and gives an extra projectile. That sounds absolutely insane. Twice, half, another one. Okay, great. Scouts is 38% more attack speed and 50% more damage. So it's ridiculous. Now, I'd like to point out one next thing. So you can see here, 500, 500, and then 75. What are these numbers? This is the cost of the tower, and then the radius. So if you notice, if you sort by radius, the highest towers possible are, so this one doesn't count because it's a level 3, and this one's a level 2. So the highest range tower is a meteor. Very high damage, rains a meteor from the sky, and it's ineffective against fire. Then you have the freezebolt, which shoots a piercing, freezing projectile. And you have the scout, which summons 10 of these minions that shoot pretty high damage. And there's 10 of them, and they go pew 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 pew. And it's fucking insane. So they have really, really high range, apparently. Okay, so now what we did is we found ring annoints. And I was looking at freezebolt. But specifically first, we're using scout towers have increased range. So we found out that this annoint is cheaper than the double meteor annoint that we use for the meteors. So violet, teal, and you get super range. So 25% range on 75. Twice, you have more range than the meteor after. So that's really sick, because the only way to replace the meteor would have the same range as the meteor, and then these are like machine guns. So instead of a slow meteor that can miss because the monsters move from where it was, the scout towers shoot really, really fast. So I recommend teal violet oil. That's where this whole video is starting. Is, hey dude, you could scout tower. There's some more scout annoints. So scouts increase ranges, but I recommend teal violet oil. There's malediction on hit from them. 50% increased life. 25% increased damage. And 25% move speed. So obviously the range is the coolest, because they already have pretty good range, and then it makes it larger range than the meteor. Now I'll show you what our options for the meteor was, and it already had 100 range. So burning ground for 3 seconds on hit, 25% increased damage, always stun meteor, increased range, and an extra meteor. So you can see that we went for the extra meteor. Now for this freezebolt tower, because it has shorter range than the meteor, you would technically want to raise it, right? So you can inflict brittle, 25% increased range for a clear and a violet oil. That sounds pretty good. Your freeze tower deals full damage to cold enemies. That's okay. 25% increased damage. Okay. And then 2 additional projectiles. Wait. The range might not matter if you're shooting a billion projectiles of freezebolt that all pierce. Because you already shoot an extra one. So you have 2, right, from before. And now you could add 2 per anoint. So you could have 6 freezebolt shots per, and from the patch notes, they shoot twice as fast and have half the cooldown. And so 6 shots twice as fast. That's pretty good. You might also go for the range, but then this is a crimson black oil. So I'm interested in trying this. This isn't what the video is about. This is after this test, I'm gonna be. After showing you guys the scout tower, I'm going to show you guys the freezebolt for fun. even though it's not what I recommend. I'm going to include it for fun. So now let's go back to the game. Now that I've gone over all of that, so we've anointed the scout towers have increased range on our rings. So it was 1 violet, 1 teal, and then we're gonna take our T16 summit. Oh yeah, we're at T16 Blight, by the way. How did I do it? It was the difference of using the scout towers, because they increased my damage and made my clear better. So now bosses don't get near me, whereas when I first did T15, a boss came near me, I didn't kill it fast enough, and it killed me. And so speeding up the clear so that bosses don't get near me and have as long on me, you have a better chance. So start the Blight, I do minion, and you try to make them close to you, but I'll show you how ridiculous this is. Look at the range of this tower. So you can see it's here, and it reaches all the way off my screen. So we could actually go over here. Look at this, all the way to here. All the way, so it's a lot of range. This is not a joke. Some of the biggest radius you've ever seen. These towers are insane when they start shooting. So I'm gonna get closer to the enemies without showing obviously my minions attacking, hopefully. But you can see the range. I literally can't even see the tower, and they're shooting off screen. And then you can see on the minimap, these things are dying without my minions even attacking. So the towers are basically fully clearing the map on their own. It gets a little bit crazier later, and honestly just building a few more scout towers really breaks it. And so this is going to change the game for everyone. Everyone's magically all of a sudden, because of this video, going to be doing higher tier Blight than they were doing before this. And so this is going to break the game. I hope everyone enjoys the scout towers as much as I do. With the increased range, they're 100%, no doubt, better than the meteor tower. They have more consistent damage, better damage probably, and their AI, like, this is insane. You literally have more minions. I just added 20 range minions to my defense on Blight. Like, what the heck is this? And so one of the other really nice features of having these scout towers is it clears all of the minion, like the normal monsters, and the only thing that's going to get close is bosses. And so it makes it a lot tidier for your carry-on golems to focus down on the bosses, stack up their impale, and really chunk the bosses fast. Otherwise, you have to worry about like constantly clearing the entire map with your carry-on golems and killing the bosses. This way, you only have to kill the bosses, like I was saying, and these towers hyper carry the rest of the encounter. It's kind of insane. Part of me wants to find the tier Blight map that we can do completely AFK as long as we're tanky enough with these towers, with like 2 of them, without needing minions, without needing any damage. Like, what tier does this just carry on its own? Just a few of these. It's pretty broke. Another thing, side note, if you're using these towers and you do a Blight map that is like a choke points, you technically won't need the range, because you could just put these choke point shotgun minions at the doorways and nothing should get through. Whereas increased range won't really matter on a choke point, because they have to come through the choke point tiny little opening anyways, and so the range doesn't really matter. You just want higher damage or whatever. So yeah, maybe that. And then, like I said, I'm still going to do another one with freezebolt to see what's possible. So there's potential to do increased range on the freezebolt as well. Or you can do the, oh my god, the boss. It's pretty good damage. Or you could do 6 projectile freezebolt and just look at how silly it is. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna lower the tier slightly just so I don't lose, because I feel like the minion towers are definitely carrying me above tier 13. So tier 14, 15, 16 is like a struggle. I can do 14 probably consistently. 15, the bosses survive too long and get too close and can do their attacks, which is really bad. And then 16, of course, it's like I'm barely making it through with these towers. So to put it in perspective, a fireball does like 3,600 damage or something. So I'm literally surviving with like 200 HP. It's hilarious. I really like it. So yeah, this is the Scout Towers on a T16 Blight Summit. So again, for anyone watching, basically what I'm saying is you should just try these annoints, which is cheaper than the meteor one anyway, so nobody should complain. And then you should just try using these Scout Towers, and everyone should come back with, oh my god, this is broken. And so that's why I make the video, put it out, get this information out there so other people can start to abuse as much as I am. This shit completely changed the game for me. Meteor towers felt so clunky compared to this. This is not fair. This is cheating. I could see this being nerfed in the future. It actually probably completely kills Blight in the sense of they're too strong, and I said that you could probably go up to a certain tier of Blight without any damage, fully AFK, as long as you can survive, and the Scout Towers will carry, which is kind of dumb. Not a good design. They're probably too strong now, where the old towers were probably fine, and to make something stronger than the meteor is fucking ridiculous, because the meteor was already insane and could basically carry us. If you did meteor towers with the 30% slow, it was kind of OP before, because your towers wouldn't miss because the monsters were slowed, so they couldn't walk out of the shot of the meteor. Like, the meteor shoots where the monster is, and if the monster keeps moving, then it can walk out of the meteor and not take any damage. That's why the 30% slow through 3 clear oil was OP as fuck, because so basically back like last season, I think I did super early T16 Blight with redemption sentries by using the cold to slow, and then the build was shit, and I had like no damage. I couldn't do anything, but the meteor towers were carrying the entire thing because the slow from the cold attacks, it was so ridiculous. Like redemption sentries just for the slow. So here we have a Dunes map. Of course, we must show the loot together. It's a T16 Blight PogChamp. Is that Quill Rain? We got some high map sustain too. This shit's sick. Rogue markers, Pog. Okay, let's go to check the item chest. Boom! Chaos Orb, Scouring, Cartographer's Chisel, the Engineer's Orb. My Flame Dash is not slotted because I use... Ooh, Ancient Orb. Exalted Shard. I use Frost Wall when I do Blight, so I don't have my Flame Dash. I swap them. Okay, Pog. Already got an Ancient Orb, pretty sick. These maps were like 35 to 38 C per, so an Ancient Orb's already pretty sick, and we've already got a few Chaos back, and all these fusings, and those maps. I'm sure that high tier maps are actually worth something right now, because it's so early on in the league, and nobody has them probably. Oh, baby, nice. Okay. We got Abyss, nothing. Oh, Abyss jewels are on my thing apparently. How's that possible? I always take Abyss jewels off my filter. I forgot this one time apparently. People love that, so. And it's only 82 plus on the jewels anyways, I'm pretty sure. Only shows 82 plus. Could pick them up. Probably worth something. Dude, this map sucks. What the hell is this? Okay, at least we got another map. Breach. Splinters. Pog. Too much clutter. Okay, let's open up the rest. Big drop. Okay, so then, yeah, should I... I'll edit for the freezebolt in a sec. One sec, guys.